I'm Bill Nye, and this is your Marketing for These Crazy Times update for Friday, the 15th of May. Wow, the 15th of May. We are officially in second quarter 2020, and yes, the news continues. America is reopening. Holy schmoly. But what does America have to say about reopening? Here it is, fresh in all of the things that we get sent here on a daily basis. Here we go. Let's begin. Let's find out what does America have to say to us. Here we go. We begin now. This is Nielsen. By the way, Nielsen, the rating system for what used to be television, but now is all television, radio, audio, all of that. And they have surveyed 1,000 people as though that's a sampling of America, but they say it is. And Nielsen is never wrong. Just ask them, they'll tell you. In their survey of 1,000 people, they've determined that America is divided almost in equal thirds. That's an important thing. We're going to talk more about that as we move through this update. Those thirds, they are divided into thirds. We are roughly 31% of our 1,000 people say, I'm in the mode of I'm going to wait and see. When asked, are you ready to go? Do you feel positive when life will return to normal? Roughly a third say, I'm wait and see. Roughly a third say, well, we'll proceed with caution. And roughly a third say, I feel ready to go. And we're going to talk more about this as we proceed through today's update. Note, there are 39 states that are planning to open. And of the ready-to-goes, the third of us of Americans that are ready to go, they're really, really ready. But what's important to me here, and what should be important to you as a marketer, is the divide, is the real divide. And you can see this divide if you're following any part of the social media. And here's just some examples. A cashier, just some random ones. A cashier at Home Depot can see 300 people in an 8-hour shift. Why can a hairstylist who only sees 7 people in an 8-hour shift, why can they not? Why? So there's someone who obviously wants to reopen and wants to, they have their one side. Well, here's the other side. So maybe actually do something instead of grieving, because we don't want to have a second wave. So here's a post that's the other side, and they're very fervent about that. And if you look very carefully at social media, what you're going to see is the divide is deep. And it's down, it's really dead center. The always entertaining Elon Musk, have to love Elon. Elon famous for many things. He's certainly famous for the car in space, among many things, and particularly his car. Elon says, I'm done with quarantine. I'm going back to work. He's going to put his car company back to work, and he says, it's a little Clint Eastwood-esque, right? Arrest me, I dare you. Come get me, he says. But don't arrest my people, because, well, he needs them to work. But arrest me, because I'm going to put my people back to work. You have to love this. But back to social media, my friend Tom. Tom, he's actually with Elon. Tom says, you know what, businesses here in the 1st of June, they should all just open. You know what, like, can't arrest us all. Can they? Well, maybe they can. Some other posts say, well, yeah, that would be a crazy idea, and here's the 10 reasons why that would all be bad. Here they are. There's all 10 of them. But the you have to just love this. The mayor of Los Angeles, he's got the solutions, all that. He says, go ahead, Elon, open up, because Mayor Eric Garcetti of Los Angeles says it's no problem. We'll just turn your power off and cut the water off. Yes, that's being reported to us from the New York Post. Thank you very much. Always entertaining. And well, the governor of New Jersey, he just says, listen, you just all that talk, you just bought yourself another month of quarantine. You see, the divide is deep. The divide is deep. Do we unquarantine? Do we quarantine? And look, however you feel about this, it's totally good with me. This is not about how you feel or how I feel on the subject of quarantine. What's interesting here in all of this, oh, by the way, my favorite of them all, by the way, do you know, perhaps my new favorite state in the Union, in North Carolina, it is not the law, you do not need a mask, it is not the law, And by the way, and you do not necessarily need a shirt to go shopping. So you could theoretically go shopping in North Carolina, both mask and topless. Thank you very much to my my friends in North Carolina. Look, whatever side of this divide that you fall on, don't let your politics enter your marketing. Know that consumers are deeply divided. Some are very intent. Masks and shelter and safety, and they're very concerned. They have asthma or friends or family that do, and this is very important to them. It's very deep. And in your marketing and in your approach to how you speak to them, it's very important to be sensitive to that. Others to whom it is damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead we shall go, and they are insulted, and so it may seem, by this seemingly crazy idea that we should care how other people feel. So in your marketing, it's important to be sensitive to both sides. Be aware the divide is deep, and it is nearly even. Nearly even. Know that. Also know more news, right? So NASCAR this weekend, right? Today the 15th, this weekend, NASCAR returns. Yes. Now it's going to return a little differently. There's not going to be some fans. The races are limited, but it's back, right? It's back on television. It's back on the radio. It's back on network radio. It's going to be back. That is going to mean that some of these really fabulous rate deals that have been around are now on a short string. So if you've been thinking, well, I've been sitting on the sideline waiting for these rate deals to get different, to get better, to get changed, or whatever, that string is now shortening because they're back on the air, and the marketers are going to start to step in. They're going to realize that these are available. So I would let you know that as NASCAR returns, these rates, you're going to start seeing them up. Also, we announced recently baseball looks like they've reached agreement. It won't be long. The NBA is digging deep, and so you will start to see that as life does start to come back a bit. We are going to see media markets tighten, so I would be aware of that. As media markets tighten and as things change, I want you to also be aware of this. The scammers, holy cow! One of the things that as marketers we have to always pay attention to is scam and counterfeit. Scam and counterfeit is always a concern, and it's become a more concern lately. Scam and counterfeit minimizes the impact of your marketing. So if there's a way to put a seal of approval, to put an authentication, a way that a consumer can know that the messaging is from you, this will absolutely help. A gold seal, a mark of authentication, some way that identifies this is a message from you, for you, about you, with you, and not easily copied or not easily reproduced. It will matter. Scam is up. It erodes the trust in our industry. Never ever good for anyone. Finally, be aware. The battle, the political battle rages. Now, we don't do politics here. Doesn't matter to me either way. But it appears clear that the government is set to manufacture more money and infuse that into the marketplace one way or another. We've talked before. They've fiscally mailed out money. They've sent money to businesses. They've sent money in through the stock market or the bond market. Well, and how they're going to do it this time remains to be seen, but it looks pretty clear they're going to do it, and that's likely to be good news for us. So, I am Bill Nye with your marketing for these crazy times. I leave you with this final thought. Even in a dozen roses, there's always one that stands out. It is to you that I say, choose to be that one, because it is getting better.